Don't like my silly job? You don't get it, silly perks. I work at one of those indoor mini golf places where parents drop their kids off and pretend they don't exist for 3 hours. The job comes with some pretty sweet perks that nobody talks about. Free access to the golf course after hours, employee discounts on birthday parties, and the best part, I get to eat leftover cake from kids' parties that parents never bothered to take home. Plus, my coworkers are actually awesome. We're all college kids or people between real jobs, so we just hang out and make the best of it. Enter Derek, my new manager who got hired 4 months ago. This guy clearly thinks he's running some corporate headquarters instead of watching kids play mini golf around plastic dinosaurs. First week on the job, he called a staff meeting to discuss professional excellence and customer experience optimization. I'm talking about a place where the main job requirement is knowing how to operate the scorecard machine and occasionally telling kids not to climb on the windmill. Derek started implementing all these ridiculous new rules. No phones during shifts, even when it's completely dead on Wednesday mornings. No talking to coworkers unless it's work-related. No eating the leftover party food because it looks unprofessional to customers. And the worst part, he started scheduling mandatory staff training sessions on our days off to discuss mini golf best practices. But what really set me off was when he started making comments about how my job wasn't real work and how I should be grateful for the opportunity to gain valuable work experience in hospitality management. Dude literally said this while I was cleaning chocolate frosting out of the pirate ship obstacle because some kid smeared birthday cake all over it. Last week he really crossed the line. I've been working there for 10 months, longer than anyone except the assistant manager, Lisa. This family came in for their son's birthday party, and everything was going fine until their pizza order got messed up in the kitchen. The mom was getting frustrated, the birthday kid was starting to cry, and I felt bad for them. So I offered to comp their drinks and give them some free arcade tokens since we mess up food orders sometimes anyway, and usually just give the extras to employees. It was like $15 total. No big deal at all. The family was super grateful. The kid cheered up immediately, and everyone had a great time playing games. Derek pulled me aside later and goes, "Your silly little job here has rules, and you don't get to make executive decisions about comping anything. This isn't a charity. It's a business with profit margins." Then he wrote me up for exceeding authority and making unauthorized financial decisions without management approval. That's when I decided Derek needed to learn exactly what my silly job actually entitled me to. See, here's the thing about working at places like this. You overhear everyone's business whether you want to or not. Parents dump their kids here and then spend the whole time on phone calls discussing private stuff, thinking we're just background noise who aren't paying attention. Derek included. I'd overheard him on multiple calls with his girlfriend complaining about his student loans, his car payments, and how he was only taking this management job temporarily until something better came along. He also mentioned several times how he was planning to use the employee discount to throw his little cousin's birthday party here next weekend, and how he was going to hook himself up with free food and extra decorations. So when Derek's cousin's party rolled around, I was working the front counter. Derek spent the whole morning setting everything up, ordering way more food than the party package included, and loading up on decorations, extra arcade tokens, and party favors. When his aunt showed up with the birthday kid, she tried to pay, and Derek waved her off, saying it was completely taken care of. That's when I printed out an itemized receipt for absolutely everything he'd taken. The basic party package, extra food, decorations, extended time in the private party room, additional arcade tokens, extra party favors, all of it. Came out to around $250 total. I walked over with the biggest smile and handed it to his aunt. "Hi, I just wanted to make sure you had your receipt for everything. Derek ordered quite a bit extra for the party today." His aunt looked confused and asked what the total was. When I told her, she looked at Derek like he'd completely lost his mind. "You said this was going to cost like $40 with your employee discount." Derek's face went totally red. He tried to laugh it off and say there must be some mistake, but I just smiled and said, "Oh no, everything's correct. Derek ordered all these extras and company policy says all food and decorations have to be paid for. Employee discount only applies to the basic party package," which was totally true, by the way. The employee discount he was planning to use was only 15% off the basic package, not a free pass on extras. His aunt ended up paying for everything, but she was furious at Derek for misleading her about the cost. The party was super awkward after that. Derek got fired 2 weeks later when corporate found out he'd been telling family members they could get free stuff.